Hey guys, so we're back in the kitchen with Greg and Tammin, just the basics. Thank you so much for coming back and watching the show. So today we're talking about something that I think has a lot of misconception is fat.
I love fat.
I love fat. Oh, I love fat. Is it good for us? How much should we have? There's different types of fat. It does different types of things to your body. It does different things to your body. So, let's take it away and explain a little bit about the basic of fat.
All right, well, let's start off with proving that one misconception that is out there. Fat is bad for you.
So fat is good for you.
Fat is good for you. You
It's good for
need
you.
to have
You
fat in your
need fat.
diet.
You need some fat.
Yeah, you just don't want to have too much fat.
Just not on your stomach.
Yeah,
or your
well, you don't
butt,
want to have
or
you
your
don't want
legs,
to eat
or your face, or your
here.
ears.
Yeah, or back here. I could use some
But
back
fat
here.
doesn't make you fat, right?
No, it doesn't make you fat.
Does not make you fat.
No, there's other things that make you fat.
Okay.
But, so I've got a couple different types of fat out here. But what I want to make a really clear point is that fat is good and you need to use fat. You just are probably using fat the wrong way.
Okay.
Fat,
So tell us how to use it the right way.
Okay, so number one, start with a little bit. You need a little bit to make things tasty.
Okay.
All right, here is a really bad move by a lot of cooks. They think they're gonna make their food tastier by adding more fat. Wrong.
Greasy.
You're actually gonna make more flavor if you have less fat. Fat is heavy, it covers flavor.
Okay.
So if you want a nice, bright, light, healthy meal, if you add fat to it, you're covering over all those light, bright, healthy flavors.
Okay.
All right, so that's the first
And it turns
thing.
out to be really greasy, right? A good stir
Sure.
fry should not be greasy.
Ah, you listen, don't you?
listen,
All right,
it's
so
cool.
that is one of those good things. You know, good stir fry, if you're getting stir fry and it's all full of grease and fat, it's because they weren't properly stir frying.
Okay. So how do you properly do that?
The first thing to utilizing less fat, most of us use too much fat because we think it's going to help our items from not sticking in a pan.
Okay.
It's not it.
It's my husband.
Heat. Oh, sorry.
He puts so much
I won't tell him.
oil in there because it gets me every time because he says it will stick to the pan. Please tell me that's not true.
It's not true.
Yes.
Sorry, John.
It's not true, guys. It's not true. You don't need more oil in the pan.
It is true though, if you want to deep fry something, it's better to have more
No one
fat.
wants to do. Okay.
All right, so here's the first thing. The trick to using less fat is actually the heat. You want to have a good source of heat. So you have to have heat in order for things not to stick. Case in point, like when you drop some vegetables in a pan, you hear that sizzling, that's it not sticking.
Okay.
So you don't even really need any fat there, okay? I have three different types of fats here.
Okay.
I have coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, and I've got butter. Butter makes it better.
Coconut oil is really good for like your hands.
It's good for your hands.
Everything. It's a good eye makeup remover.
I've got two types of coconut oil here. So this is extra virgin coconut oil. You see how nice and white and snowflake white it is?
Yep.
And then I have what's called coconut oil. And this is refined coconut oil. The color is different. It doesn't even smell like coconuts.
Oh, doesn't smell good.
Smell that one now.
That smells great.
That smells like dessert, doesn't it?
Oh, so is that one better for you?
I don't like to use this one. I like to use the extra virgin coconut oil.
It smells like snails.
Yeah, it's a little different. So it's the same difference by saying like extra virgin olive oil and olive oil.
Okay.
Extra virgin olive oil is the first pressing of olives, and extra virgin olive oil is where you're going to get all of those good nutrients. Okay, so when we're talking about extra virgin olive oil, you've heard before that extra virgin olive oil turns as it gets cooked and it changes into a bad fat.
Okay.
They're right, it does. But what helps keep that from doing that is what is called oleic acid. And the fresher the olive oil, the higher the oleic acid. Different olives also have higher oleic acid.
Okay.
When you go out and you buy olive oil, if you find an olive oil store, ask them for the highest oleic acid olive oil they have.
And that should be extra virgin olive oil.
It should always be extra virgin.
Okay. And is there a different? Why are some olive oils more expensive and some are not as expensive?
Well, some olive oils may have been grown with conventional means and maybe they weren't grown organically, and that makes a big difference. Then the other thing is the different varietals. So there are different types of olives. There's called Manzanillo, there's called Frantoia, there's all sorts of different ones. So there's lots of different olives. Arbequina is one of my favorites, and that's California
Who made
olive
up
oil.
these names?
I don't know.
You?
Someone in Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, they do.
You gotta make it harder. Yeah, better. You gotta do better. But extra virgin olive oil is a great thing to use.
Okay.
All right. Next, I've got butter.
Butter makes it
If you want to
sexy,
find an easy way to my heart, butter. All right. Can I share
how does somebody get away into your heart? Just give you butter, or douse themselves in butter, or just be butter? Just put it all over.
Butter.
This is a way into Greg's heart,
All right.
guys.
Butter is one of the sexiest ingredients in the
Sexy.
kitchen. Butter has gotten such a bad rap over the last few years, and you know what? It's not right. butter is actually still very good. The reason why butter got a bad rap, because we used way too much of it. We didn't apply it right. We added gobs and gobs and gobs to things, and then all of a sudden, all you could eat was butter. And everyone's eating just butter, butter, butter.
And wasn't it also like when cereal was so big that they said that butter was bad, so people would eat more cereal, but most cereals aren't very good for you. Whereas a little bit of butter and a little bit of eggs is probably better for you than cereal high sugar.
A little bit of eggs, a little bit of butter, and a little bit of cereal, all of those combined together, that's really good.
Okay.
Just eggs by themselves, not very good.
Okay.
Just butter by itself, not very good. All right, so I think the biggest thing that we need to talk about with fats is that they have a place in your diet.
Okay.
They have a rightful place. You just need to keep them in moderation.
Okay.
All right. Now I've got a couple different butters here. I've got one is just conventional butter. I've got a European butter which has lots of butter solids.
So what do people at home do when they go and they want to make a stir fry or chicken, fish, vegetables, whatever it is? What would your advice be when it comes to cooking with which fat?
Okay, so if you want to use some butter
Okay.
in your cooking, let's say you're cooking vegetables, I would suggest that you actually start with olive oil.
Okay.
You're gonna have your pan, it's gonna be hot. You're gonna add a little, just a touch of olive oil just to coat the pan. Saute your vegetables. And then when you're ready, you're finished, your vegetables are ready to serve, you take just a thumbful of butter. That's it.
Okay.
Just a touch.
And what's coconut oil great for?
Coconut oil is also good for sauteing, but it has a very low smoke point.
Okay.
So coconut oil will have a 350-degree smoke point. What does that mean? That means that you can't stir fry with coconut oil.
Okay.
If you want to stir fry, I probably wouldn't use any of these except for this guy right here.
Okay.
This is called ghee. Ghee is actually like clarified butter.
Butter without dairy?
They've essentially taken all the lactose and the sugar and the water out of it, so it's just the butter oil.
Okay.
And then one of my other favorites is grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil is a very, very good one to use too.
Okay.
All right.
So tell me your French laundry story.
Well, I think one of the sexiest photographs in cookbooks. Cookbooks can be sexy.
They can.
All right.
If you're
when the
Greg.
When that French laundry book came out,
Yeah.
the very first one that Thomas Keller put out,
Yeah.
there's a picture in there where he's talking about butter. And there's a handful of butter, and it's just this greasy hand with butter all
And
over
you're
it.
like, yeah, baby.
Oh my gosh, quick. Oh my God.
Should I do it?
Can you do it?
No, you do it.
No, all right.
I'm gonna do it.
You wanna do it?
Oh!
I don't know if that's as sexy, but see,
Is
doesn't
it
that look
sexy?
good? Didn't that look, no, you're just squishing it.
Do you
That's
find me
not
se-
Play-Doh. It's,
Do you find me? Hey guys, do you find me sexy?
I'm sure someone will go for it. But
Someone will be like, she's it! It's the girl with the butter hands! Oh, it does. It smells good.
doesn't it?
Yeah. What do I do with it? Is it good moisturizer?
I'm gonna tell you later.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Keep watching as we keep talking about just the basics with Greg and Tammin. And tell us below what you want us to talk about. Thanks. Bye.
See you next time.
What you said, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain.
Love it. Rain dance? Salty rain dance?
Hoppa! Is it hoppa? Hoppa.
Opa. Opa.
Hoppa.